All right, everybody. Thanks for waiting. 53 live at the beginning of the show. That is awesome. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button for the Comic Book Invest Hot 10 show with the one and only Ben S. How you doing, brother?
Did you freeze up? Are you
No, I
having
don't think
internet
so.
issues?
Am I? Am I having internet issues?
I don't know. It just froze up. You went,
Oh, damn. It was my max headroom.
yeah.
So.
Uh,
What's up, everybody in the chat? Thanks for hanging out. We have got a great list tonight. Mighty Mel V is en route. Richie said he might make it, he might not, so we'll see what happens with that. I want to remind everybody, thank you so much for this community and what you guys have done. Almost, I think you might be at 8. Are you at 800, Ben? Let me take a look here. All right, let's see what we got here. We've got 798 subscribers right now, you guys.
I would say that I'm slacking because I actually filmed a PSA unboxing this week and I still haven't posted it to the channel yet.
Yeah, that's okay, bro. I think you're doing just fine. 798 subscribers, 2 away from 800. Let's get that 800 tonight. If you're not subscribed, go hit the subscribe button. It's right down below. It's very easy. And hopefully if you haven't subscribed by the end of the show, we have earned that subscription. Do us a favor, check out all the links below for all the other channels and go support everybody.
Oh yeah, because here's a cool thing, and I don't know the day it's going to happen, but it will happen. I'm going to be sending a 75 book order into CGC. 75. When that comes back, I'm going to do a live unboxing, and I'm going to give one of those books away, but only if you're subscribed and only if you're watching live. So, so you want to get notified for that video because I'm going to give a book away from that 75 book order. So make sure that you are subscribed, and that way you get the notifications and stuff like that for when that video does drop.
Well, we are on route to 1,000 subs, both of us. So I know when I hit 1,000 subs, I'm gonna have a ton of giveaways. I know Ben's gonna be doing giveaways here, so make sure you guys are subbed up to both channels, so you guys can take part in those giveaways. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I want to say thank you for everybody that hung out with us on Wednesday and watched that amazing show with Josh from International Comics, Josh, Rob Fordham, and Matt Roybal with Matt Nelson. It was absolutely awesome. It was the best interview I've ever been in with Matt Nelson. He was like answering questions like this, and it was like all the answers we wanted to hear. Are you going to do satellite CGC offices? Yes. Are you going to do it in Canada? Yes. Are you going to how are you going to put this on the new foreign labels? We could do it however you guys want it. Like it was so good. It was really, really excellent. And if you guys didn't get a chance to go see it, go watch it. A lot of very interesting stuff, and you get to see all the craziness from the foreign comic guys who showed some amazing books. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. So go check it out. You can actually find it below on House of Stein right here, and as well as you can find all of Ben's videos over on my channel right below.
That's going to be huge if they have satellite offices, because they're going to have to hire people in those areas, right?
Well, yeah. Not only that, they're doing he talked about pulp and how pulp is pretty close to coming out.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Yeah, he talked about they're upgrading their magazine holders. He talked about video games and VHS. He wished they were farther along with video game stuff, and they're just at the beginning of VHS, where they're just thinking about hiring some graders and getting into it. But he said because they're doing the video game and the pulp stuff, it's those cases are really close to what you can do for a VHS. So it just made sense for them to do that. So very interesting. They're moving along. And the other thing is I don't know if everybody else out there has noticed, turnaround times have been really good for CGC lately. Really good. I mean, every once in a while you get one that's like, out of the ordinary, but I've been listening to people getting their stuff back in weeks, 2-3 weeks. So
Fast track only though, right?
yeah, I believe so. Express mode hack. Yeah. So
Yeah. If you're not paying the extra money for the fast track, then your books you probably shouldn't be grading them unless they're for like your PC.
yeah. Yep. Well, it was very interesting, and he said he's down to come back. He had a good time. So we are going to be doing a foreign show on the channel. So make sure you guys sub up over there if you're into the foreign stuff. Rob and Josh, and maybe even Matt. I even tried to get John Z to come on a few, so he said he's going to jump on. So I'm really looking forward to that. And shout out to Richie. Make sure you guys go check out Popcorn Culture. Sub up. His links are below. He's got 422 subscribers. He's over 400. Let's get him over 500. And then, of course, Mighty Mel V. You guys know, immediately following after this show, after the show tonight, you guys can find everybody over on It's Drunken Chat Son on Mel's channel. So a lot of fun stuff. And yeah, make sure you guys sub up. All right. You guys know how it works. We start off with the almost 10. The almost 10 are those weird books that sometimes you forget about, and there's maybe a sale or two, or the books that just didn't make the list. And there was some cool books on the almost 10 this week. So let's get into it. Starting with, man, this is a great cover right here. Absolutely gorgeous. Blood Syndicate Season 1. The Raza 1 in 25 variant.
Is it just me, or is Raza just like becoming like one of these almost like I need every single cover he puts out?
Yes, 100. I agree. Yes.
Like it's like I don't really even know what Blood Syndicate's an old Milestone title, right?
Yes.
But I'm sure I never read any of that, so I really don't even know what it's about. But this cover is awesome.
Beautiful. Gorgeous. Look at his hair. Look, I mean, it looks. This is one of the good covers that you could tell. I don't know, but it looks like it was done. I'm not for sure, but it looks like most of it, if not all of it, was done on the computer. And it still has that touch of drawing or artistry to it, that it doesn't look too real. That's where some of these covers are going.
Yeah, really, the only thing that looks like it's like, I mean, real is the fire.
Yeah.
That looks like it's like an actual fire or whatever. But the rest of it, you can tell that it's art. But um, very cool, very cool. And I wouldn't tend to think that, even though this was like a issue number one, I wouldn't think that a huge amount of people would be buying Blood Syndicate, right? Ordering Blood Syndicate, maybe.
I don't know. I haven't heard many people talking, heard much talk about it. Um, you know, going over FOC stuff on Drunken Chat, we'll talk about some of the milestone stuff that they're bringing back, but I don't remember going over this one. I might have just been out of it at that moment in time. But this is gorgeous. I
Yeah,
don't know how I missed it.
Lord of Brooklyn said it's about about gang members who gain superpowers.
Okay, there we go.
Very cool. Very
There
cool.
we
Yeah,
go.
so this one's selling for about 30 to 40. It just came out this week, so I mean, it is above um, the incentive ratio, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's excellent. Next, a book that I saw sell. I was going to put it on the market report for last week's show, and I was like, nobody cares about this book. And then I went, what am I talking about? Look at this beautiful Michael Turner Vampirella. Absolutely gorgeous. Vampirella Strikes #1, the 1 in 35 Virgin variant.
Yeah, I've looked for this book for years. I've never found it. You can't even hardly find even the regular, just the A cover. It's got the trade dress and stuff. There's also a black and white. I think it's a Comics Pro, maybe Comics Pro variant of the same thing. It's just black and white or sketch or whatever. Love this cover. The only problem that I have is the the new Vampirella book that just came out this week, they redid this exact same cover in a version. It looks exactly the same. Like, I'm not even sure that I haven't put them side by side. To
Yeah,
even to
it's
is there any difference in the two at
no, I'll
all?
bring it up. It's pretty bad. And you know what? There was also a really nice Miles cover out by Ivan Tao, I believe, that really reminded me of this issue and what they were doing on those Vampirella issues. Let me find the Vampirella stuff here. One
Yeah, and
second.
actually the A cover of the Vampirella that came out this week is a Perio homage to this.
Yes. Yes.
Now, what I am surprised though is he did not put After Turner, so that was a little strange, but
Well, look I mean, the covers for this issue are really good. I mean, don't get me wrong, and you're exactly right. Look at that.
yeah, like normally you would have thought he would have put After Turner because this is
Yes.
basically, I mean, it's the exact same cover.
Exact. And this is the one that reminds me of the Ivan Tao Miles Morales that recently came out. Yeah, that's beautiful. There's another really good one. Let me find. I mean, most of them are really good. Oh, this one. Here you go. They got the blood tint on it. That's interesting. It's not as good, but the moon in the background. Here you go. I mean, it needs to say After Turner.
Right?
It's the exact the moon, the bats,
Everything.
everything about it. Yeah, that's weird. Well, it's a cool cover, and maybe there's a reason. But here you go. Here's the icon cover that they put out.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's got the border around it, so it doesn't. I guess at least this does distinguish it differently, but
Mm-hmm.
um, still, I don't like them using. Oh no, there it is, right there. Look, it's
Yeah,
the
there
same.
it is right there.
It's the same. I
Wow.
mean, like it's literally the same cover, right?
Hold on. Wow. No way, dude.
Like it's. I mean, they didn't even change it. I guess
That's exactly the same.
they soften the colors, I guess, but the color palette a
And
little
it's a
bit.
1
But
in 15.
I I just don't understand why you would do that.
That ruins it. Oh man, that's a bummer.
Yeah. Um.
Hey, look at this one. This is another artist, Paolo Palantera. Man, they're really playing off that cover, aren't they?
And that one doesn't say After Turner either.
No, they are really playing off that cover. That's amazing.
I'm.
Bird City put out a gorgeous Vampirella cover this week too. That is an homage to an old Vampirella magazine. But oh, here you go. Let's see if it says After Turner on this one. No, it doesn't. Oh man, that's sad. That's really a bummer.
I mean, I mean, I see everybody's like, oh, it's Dynamite. Too many covers. Well, I mean, they wouldn't be putting them out if they weren't making money, right? I mean, but it seems like that would be so expensive to print 30 different covers for every single book they put out. I mean, right?
Doesn't make sense to me. Never did. I I I know that there's a lot of people out there that love those naughty girl, books, Vampirella, Red Sonja, whatever, and Lady Death, Dawn, um, but I didn't realize that they're selling that many of them. Chad says I buy all of them. So yeah. All right. Next on the list for the almost 10, another beautiful Jen Bartel cover, but I believe is this her first cover?
That's what that's like what all the listings say
Yeah,
that this
Jem and
is
the
her first.
Holograms, number 7.
Yeah, so this is like the sub cover. You know, I can't imagine there's a huge amount of these out there, but these only sell like raw. These only sell for like 25, maybe $30 or something like that. which I don't. I look for it, but I never find it. But yeah, but a 9.8 sold this week for $485, which is
Wow.
crazy, right?
Yeah. I
Um,
love that stuff. You know me, I'm a creator first nut. So
oh, for sure.
anytime some cool creator first happens. As a matter of fact, we were talking about Nakayama today, and I had to go look up Nakayama's first, and I just sold it and didn't realize it was Nakayama's first. It's Star Wars Tales 17, and then his first cover is called Revved Number One.
Revved.
Revved.
I've,
Revved
ne-
Number One.
I've never even heard of that book.
Yeah, yeah. So I love that stuff. You know, some of them are really hard to find. Some of them are easy to find. But you know, when you find them, it's still cool. Just as cool as finding when they write into letter pages as a kid. So
Yeah, so like I'm saying, like Patrick says, these spiked over $100 last year, but still, even at $100 raw for a 9.8 to sell for 5x is really high.
yeah, I feel like that's becoming the norm, man.
That I guess. I mean, maybe maybe I'm just maybe I'm just
You're
fickle with my money.
as
With
cynical
my,
as I was last week.
I guess. I mean, I just can't see spending $500. I mean, it'd be nice, and I do. I'm definitely, I do like my 9.8s. Um, but man, I think at 500, even if I had this, I think at $500, I think I'd have to sell it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, sell it and go buy a couple more
Yeah, just be happy with a nice raw
raw
copy,
one.
and
Yep, yep. Well, you're gonna be sending a bunch of books in soon. Maybe you got one you just don't know you got.
I do not have this one though.
Oh, watch, you're gonna find it in between that and this time. All right, next on the list, the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl #1, the second print.
Yeah, the squirrely second printing.
Yes.
I actually like the when they changed the word bubbles
Uh-huh.
for the second prints or something like that. Like they did
Yeah.
that. Remember they did that with that. It was like
Deadpool one.
yeah, they did that for the Spider-Man Deadpool, and they did it for a long time ago in the like one of the JLA, like with Power Girl on the front. It like had different words and so like really we're at a third printing now or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty funny, but um yeah, so a 9.8 of this sold this week for 225, which is, I mean, yes, it's their first solo series, but clearly not her first appearance or anything like that. Um,
Say that again. How much?
$225 for a 9.8.
Wow.
Yeah,
Second print mania, baby.
I guess.
Yep.
Uh, I don't know. Do you ever think that Squirrel Girl is gonna ever make or be anything?
No. I thought there was a chance, but they didn't jump on it fast enough. I thought there was a chance for them to do something like a what was that comic they made in the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World? Like I
Yeah,
felt like if they could kind of do that type of thing with it, you know, or even do a really cool like Bob's Burger animation style thing with her, or you know, like a old school Nickelodeon animation style with her. It could have worked, but I just don't think so anymore.
yeah. It seems a bit of a stretch for sure.
Yeah, yeah. All right, next on the list, a great homage. I know I say I hate homages, but this is a great one. This is a pivotal Amazing Spider-Man cover, and this is a 75th anniversary variant by the great Michael Golden, a 1 in 25 for Amazing Spider-Man #7,
This,
starring Deadpool.
this is my favorite Spider-Man cover. Not the one here with
The
Deadpool, but
original.
the original is my favorite Spider-Man cover of all Spider-Man covers.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's the only book I own two signature books. This one is one of them. That's my only Stan Lee autograph, and it's on this cover.
Yeah.
That's the only book I have. It's like I said, it's my favorite Spider-Man cover.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they did a Deadpool homage to this though. I don't for some reason I don't even remember this. Um, but this is like from 2014. So I mean, this is not when they used to they used to do those Deadpool variants on all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, these 75th anniversary covers were really tough to find.
um, but yeah, a 9/8 sold this week for $450.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
excellent. Beautiful.
Yep. But I do the Deadpool. They always. I saw that they seriously contemplated putting him in uh, Doctor
Multiverse
Strange.
man. They should
I don't
have.
I don't know how they why they. I mean, it'll literally taken him like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds
And
could
Ryan Reynolds wouldn't even have to be there.
no he would have done well. He could have ad libbed something probably just on the car ride or something. He could have sent it to him off an iPhone, and they could have
Yeah.
added it in somehow. Um, I
Oh,
do. Yeah, High Voltage Mark says Deadpool Spider-Man movie would be fun. I agree. I think that'd be a cool movie to watch.
yeah. I'll third that. All right, next on the list, another beautiful cover. This is Garner at its finest. This is Wonder Woman number 613, the 1 in 10 Alex Garner variant. Always been a sought after book, sought after cover.
Yeah, it's weird. You actually try and find because he was like from 601 to whatever towards the end of the run, were almost all Alex Garner covers. There's really not very many of these for sale at all. Like not you can't really even buy them.
Nope.
It's odd because they're just 1 in 10s, and Wonder Woman had even in this kind of this weird pre New 52 run, these should have been available. I mean, right? Or is it
Well,
just everybody just stuck these in their PCs and they're not getting rid of them?
I was just about to say that I think that this cover run was like up there with the cover runs of the greats, the Adam Hughes Wonder Woman stuff, the Adam Hughes Catwoman stuff. People just scoop them up every time they see them. I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, so there just happened to be a sale this week. I couldn't find any prior sales for the last 3 months. I couldn't find any current for sale. But this one sold for 55, which I don't even know anymore. It's like when a book hasn't sold for so long that you kind of forget what the actual sale, the actual value of some of these books are. That's why some of these like hyper rare books, you don't even really know what a price is, because either people have no idea that it's hyper rare, or you can't even remember what the last one sold for 4 years ago or something like that. You have no idea um how much these things are worth. But this is a gorgeous, and this is like an homage too, right, from like her first like Silver Age appearance or something like that. Like
Oh, that's a great question.
yeah, like that. Like what is it that like I can't remember. It's a Wonder Woman something where she's got two of her on the cover and they're fighting each other. So I think this is an homage to that, but I chat probably knows more than me. But
Chat, let us know. Keep us updated. And what'd you say it sold for? Was it 9.8 or
50,
raw? 50 raw?
raw, 55 raw.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
yeah. Philip, there wouldn't be any newsstands because these are variants.
Yeah.
So be cool if
Next,
there, man. That'd be cool if there was.
yes. Well, aren't there a couple variants that have newsstand covers?
I don't think so, but that would be awesome to have a newsstand of a variant.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Next on the list, a book/series that is on fire right now, and we're going to be talking about it a lot in the next couple weeks, I imagine. This is Secret Wars #1, the third print, and these Alex Ross covers are so beautiful. And to me, I like this third print, but I like the Alex Ross Virgin second prints better than any of them. Like, if you could put a set together of those Virgin second prints, that's like next level stuff on this series.
Is Miles front and center on the second print?
It's Virgin, I think, of this. The second print is Virgin of this.
Of this?
I think so, yeah. Let me look.
Okay.
Let me go take a quick look here.
I would tend to think that. I mean, I would tend to think that these all these Miles covers are driving a lot of these things.
Man, there's so many covers for that series, dude.
Holy cow! The print run on what they made like 300,000 of these. I mean, the print run had to have been so massive because this was right when they were way overprinting everything, and this is a big, huge Marvel event. And
all right, here we go. Going to comics.org for this. Lovecomics.org.
Free Energy said that wasn't the third print. That was the fade variant.
Oh,
and I guess
it wasn't?
the third print, I guess, is just all color.
There's the first print.
Okay.
There is the fade variant.
So that's what you showed.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's what you had.
I don't think so. No. Wait, hold on. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. My bad. The third print.
Brian gets an F tonight.
Is this one right here, right?
No, that says second printing.
Well, here's the second printing. Here's the one I was talking about.
Okay.
Let me show you guys this. What the hell?
There's so many variants of this.
That's the one I'm talking about. Where's the third print? Look at all these.
So many variants.
There's a connecting cover, the Bianchi. That's the Chung. And Esad Ribic. What does the third print look like?
Let's see, what is that? Secret Wars.
What is this then? If it's not a Virgin, what's this? The third print is just like the first with gold trade.
Yep, gold trade.
Okay. So it's just like this, but gold trade.
Yep. I just pulled it up.
Okay. Well, this one right here, he did Virgin covers for this whole run. It absolutely is a Virgin on the second. Looking at one right now. That's what I thought. Yeah, here's the second print Virgin. Beautiful. Matter of fact, if you go and you look through all the issues, let me show you what these look like. There's a third print of 2. You guys can see the difference with the change. There's some more Alex Ross Virgins. I thought he did a bunch of them. Didn't he do a one for each cover? Because there's a Virgin of this one too. That's not showing up. Anyways,
I guess when you have 87 variants, I guess some of these websites can miss them pretty easily.
Yeah, this is the one that I love. Love it, absolutely love it. But all that stuff is showing up now. What did the third print sell for?
$40.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll talk about this later, but I mean, this is a massively printed, even for the third print.
Huge, yeah.
The print run on this is just so ginormous.
Yeah. All right. Next on the list, we've got some Bruce Timm. This isn't a regular size comic. It's like a prestige or almost trade sized Bruce Timm work. 5-color comics #1.
Yeah, this is one you definitely don't see every day. Obviously very pre-code horror-ish, style, but in like Bruce Timm, in his way of doing stuff. Yeah, this has always been one that's really hard to find. It was probably selling in like $40 to $50 range because people like finding hard to find Tim stuff. But this one sold for $1.25 this week, so that's a lot. But I've never seen this in person.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. All right. Next, we have got one that was offered up by a community member who's here tonight. DC's Very Merry Multiverse #1.
Yeah, in the chat, he or on
Yeah, Tony.
what are we on? Oh, YouTube.
Yeah.
Gosh, man, I can't even think what we're on. Yeah, on YouTube it's Eman Tony. Instagram it's Ferregnu Manu. But yeah, just yeah. So this has got some first appearances in it. Um, and I mean it's selling for like 15 to 20. My guess is you probably can find this still. It's probably like maybe a $6 cover price, so it's not cheap off the shelf. But I would tend to think that you can probably find this at your LCS for cover still,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Everybody's arguing in the chat about that Secret Wars book.
Man, isn't that crazy that like Secret Wars, like we're really talking about Secret Wars.
Yeah, it's funny, man. All right, so here's what I did. I went and went to my comic shop. So first of all, what is this selling for?
This is selling for like 15 to 20.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's if you are able to get it for cover, I mean, you're not gonna make like a fortune or anything off of it, but it may be, like I said, if it may be one that you may just stash, throw it back, and just hope and pray that DC at some point comes back and does something worth
Yeah.
doing.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Here. So yeah. Okay. You guys figured it out. The second prints are Virgin Alex Ross's, but when you turn them around, they have the trade on there too. So make sure your bags are facing the right way in or however you want to put it. But that's what's going on. The second prints of the Alex Ross are Virgins, and they're beautiful, gorgeous, and they sell for a ton of money. They're hard to find. So it's interesting to have books like these sell for on the secondary market like that. I mean, I know there's a ton of first appearances in here. You said.
I don't know if there's a ton. I know that I mean, just kind of looking
Yeah,
at
you
what
see, what's his name? Valzad. Is that Valzad, or is that Calvin Ellis?
I would
I
assume
can't
that's
remember.
Calvin Ellis, but
Yeah,
yeah.
Calvin Ellis, Superman.
So yeah, the listings say it's first appearance of Kid Quick.
There we go. 5 or 6 stories with a bunch of first appearances, including Teen Justice.
There you go.
Nice.
Teen Justice.
Hey, don't worry, GM. We all do that. I call it Cannabis Chronicles. All right. Next on the list, one of my all-time favorite comic covers, and in Neil Adams' book that needs to be loved even more, Superman 199. Yeah, this is awesome. Superman versus the Flash for the fastest man alive. The first race. I think they have 6 of them, right?
Who won in the first race?
I don't know. I think Flash did.
Yeah. So yeah, this is obviously, I guess technically a key, just because of the story portion of it. Not a first appearance, and first race seems kind of lame as far as like being like making it a key, but it's obviously a key for what's going on in the story, just because that's for years. I mean, that's what we all did, like who's faster, who's stronger, who would win in a fight. We used to do that as kids. So when you have stuff like this, that clearly makes it worthy of buying. But yeah. Let's see. For this amount of money, though, this is what's crazy. So a CGC 9.6, which I'm sure it's not easy to get a 9.6 on.
Black cover.
Yeah, I get it. $14,000
Whoa.
for a 9.6 of this is insane, I think. I mean, for me, but yeah, 14 grand.
Wow. That is bonkers.
Yeah, so you could either have a 9.6 Incredible Hulk 181 or this for 14 grand.
I need to go find my copies and see if they're anywhere close to getting gradable, send them in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 14
Wow.
grand. Yeah, it surprised me. That's why I threw it on here, because I was like, man, that price really, really surprised me that it would be that high.
That's great. That's great. Man, that's really cool. Well, that is the almost 10, you guys. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that thumbs up. We got 150 live right now. Let's go ahead and how many thumbs up we got going on there, chat? Chat, let me know how many we got. And before we go on to the rest of the 12, I want to remind everybody to check out everybody's Whatnot pages. Stein, when are you going to be doing the mystery packs? Still
Dear
coming?
Lord. Oh my gosh. I feel like the worst. Like Drew always says he's the worst retailer. I'm just the worst
The worst.
flipper. I'm just the worst. I'm so bad. I'm literally the worst. I mean, I buy books a lot, and my stacks just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and yet they just sit here and do absolutely nothing. So I clearly don't know how to play this game for profit. So never follow my advice as far as turning and burning, because I just tend to just keep everything. So,
Yeah.
oh,
Well,
I'm sorry. I sell the ones that a month later quadruple in price. That's the ones
yes.
that I sell.
Yes.
Everything else I keep. Yep.
Uh-huh. Yeah, as the ones like Mel likes to say, fuck this book.
Yeah.
But you guys don't feel bad because Whatnot seems to be in a weird little thing right now, and I don't know what it is, but I had to walk away from my sale early tonight because I couldn't get over 12 people in there. Like it was, for the last 2 weeks, I can't get 30 people in my live. I mean, people are killing it. I know Mellow Fellow's killing it. Mel kills it. Drew kills it. Richie kills it. I just don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to keep at it. Tomorrow, I've got the foreign crew, and we're going to be doing 4.5 straight hours of foreign comic sales on Whatnot. Starting at 6 p.m. Eastern, I'll have some really, really cool, rare foreign books, super rare from what I'm told by these guys. And then I'll be followed by Rob Fordham, who's got some amazing these con exclusive shirt comic packs from Italy, where you get a really cool limited T-shirt and a comic, and they come together like that's how they're supposed to come together. And he's got this one for the X-Men where it's got this awesome Cyclops shirt that says Cyclops was right, and it's the badass Cyclops when he wasn't a, you know what I mean? It's really cool. So make sure you guys, it's up. You guys can go see it. Check the link tree in my IG, and it'll take you straight there. And of course, shout out to Dollar, who's doing his stacking sales on the regular right now. If you guys want to get some major craziness.
Yeah. If you've never watched one of Dollar shows, they're hilarious, because like it starts counting down and he just starts randomly just throwing stuff in there, and you're like, I don't even know. Like, it's so funny. Like, you can end up with a whole bunch of really cool books because he just starts lumping them in there at the end. So,
Yeah. And also, speaking of Mighty Mel V, he's in the house. What's up, brother?
What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, fix your mic.
Oh shit, hold on.
So
unless you're in a tunnel. If you're in a tunnel, then you're good.
Yeah, Mel's getting ready to
money, good Gucci.
There you go. You're getting ready to take the trek to Florida.
Yeah, going to the friendly confines of Orlando for MegaCon.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Nice. Have you ever been to Florida?
I got married in Florida.
You got married? What'd you get married in Florida for?
My wife is from Miami.
Oh.
So we got married.
Well, Miami's not Florida.
Oh, it's not?
Nope.
Hey, how'd you meet your wife?
High school.
Okay, there we go. That's an easy answer. All right, what do you got coming up?
Oh, very special show for me. Very special show for the people out there. One of the resurgence of one of the hottest indie companies out now. I could say safely, Creature Entertainment. Their books have been on the hot 10 for 3 weeks in a row, and they were one of the first companies I ever wrote about when I was doing independent articles for Comic Heating Up. Big shout out to Tony Hammett. And we've always had a connection. You know what I'm saying? They're like very, very good friends of mine, good peoples, and I think it's time for them to come back. And
awesome,
a lot of great stuff. The Gun, Forgive Me, Father, Tommy. A lot of great titles they had, and it's going to be a fun show, and they can give you the real deal. So it's no more guessing about these.
Are they going to start coming back out with actual books again?
Yes, Gun 4 should be coming out soon, and it has a very, very cool Jeff DeCall cover.
So is that the one that you said never got printed?
Yeah, yes. It was 3. Issue 3 got they released issue 3 only on the indie circuit, and it's very, very limited. If 4 is going to be coming out, and Ravenous 3 is also going to be coming out, and you'll see on the show. Definitely check out the show. Definitely. I don't want to give away too much information. What do you call it? I don't want to give away the tease.
Of course.
Nice.
But it's gonna be a fun show. You guys are gonna love.
All right. We have currently right now. Let's see here. We've got Into the Matrix. We have got 61 thumbs up. You guys was 159 live. Let's get that to 100 before I get to book 5. It's not hard. Let's get it to 100 before we get to book 5. Give you a go on this one.
Yeah, especially since we're probably going to hang up on one of these for a little while.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got to leave at 12:30.
All right, here we go.
So I missed the drum?
Nope. No, not yet. Honorable mentions. Daredevil, an old school OG original Daredevil Comics number 17. What's going on here?
Okay, first of all, I want you guys to seriously look at this cover.
It's creepy, dude.
I mean, first of all, you got one kid is pulling the helmet off of one of these guys, and the other one's bashing him with the Bam Bam Club, and then the other 2 kids are hanging. I mean, like,
yeah.
What?
Is this Daredevil trying to save these guys from these fucking raggedy ass kids?
I don't know, man. I think the kids they got it covered. I don't think they need this blue and white dude, or blue and red dude. But man, and then you just got you got the random planes shooting each other down in the sky. But
yeah,
man, that hanging is
pretty brutal.
That is crazy, right?
Get the fuck out of pajama, man.
Holy cow. But there was a 7.0 Promise collection that sold this week. Got the highest sale ever for this book in any grade. Sold for $4,300, which, to be honest,
feels criminally low.
I mean, this cover is so crazy that I don't know. I mean, this is like one that, like, you almost, like, if you owned it, like, you almost are like, ugh, like, I don't even know if I feel that great about owning it. It's so.
I love shit like this. I love this shit that's like you can't believe it came out, and then you get that gives you that feeling, but you still know it's wrong. You know what I mean? Like
this was on a newsstand. I mean, like, when you really think about this, I mean, you look at this and you're like, this was sitting on a newsstand.
Man, they were putting people in internment camps. Like, that was a different place, time, everything. We're so far past that now, and I think that's why when we see these books, it kind of makes us, like I said, it's just that weird feeling of, man, that's rough. But here it is,
the 4 little wise guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to read stories about these fucks, like this pajama motherfucker.
Yeah. There's a lot of them out there. All right, next honorable mention. Oh boy, we get into some more homage talk here. You guys know I always talk about my favorite homage books are Days of Future Past and Spider-Man 1. I love McFarlane Spider-Man 1 homages. This one I have never seen.
Yeah, well, yeah, because one, it's only limited to 80. So that's probably why you haven't seen it. It just came out for Free Comic Book Day this year. So what was that? Last weekend. I don't even know if it was given in any stores. There's like one guy that's selling them on eBay, so I don't know if it's.
What are they selling for?
They are selling for $25 to $35. I don't even know who this company. This company is so obscure. Like I go on their website and they don't even list who the writer of this book is. Like they've got a bunch of people, but they don't even say who wrote or drew this book. I have no clue whatsoever. I went every website I could possibly think of. Nobody had any information on this. If anybody knows who wrote this book or drew or did the art on this book, please let me know so I can give them credit in on the list at over at comicbookinvest.com.
Wow, man.
And I can't believe that you like these Spider-Man 1 homages.
I don't like this one. I don't like this one, but I'm in that place where I have to get them now.
Like
You know
you're
what I
getting,
mean?
like you're basically just want them all.
Yeah, I want them all. And this one is one of the more rare ones. Like there are some really, really rare homages to Spider-Man 1 that came out years ago that are impossible to find. There's some Canadian published books that was only published in Canada. There was some really, really rare ones that I've only ever seen one ever. Never even seen it before again. So
these comments are cracking me up. Like, is this real? all we know is that this is a kid's book, obviously. Like, these are hilarious, but
the legend of the vamp bitch. That's interesting. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one was just bizarre to me. Super bizarre. Which is why I threw it on here. I'm gonna be honest. This week was a brutal week. The last few months have been brutal every single week. If you guys are not paying attention, in general, most books are going down in value.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
But there's reasons for that. Not necessarily has nothing to do with comics. There are reasons for that, but I think it's mostly because people just don't have any money to spend.
That my man said, motherfuckers is broke.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, when you're spending when my grocery bill goes from 180 to 300, I don't have as much money to spend on comic books. So
yeah, man, I have been seeing it on Whatnot. We've all been seeing it on Whatnot in the secondary markets and all that stuff. So,
but I don't think it's not like don't like get scared that it's like a comics crash. I think it's more just a thing of just
it's a reality check.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's just in general. I mean grocery stores I'm sure are probably. I mean, people are buying less food. People are not going out as much. I mean, it's across the board. So
yeah,
I don't think it has nothing to do necessarily with comics. Don't say, oh, the crash is coming, the bubble's about to burst. It really has nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Plus, it's summer.
Well, that it does it every summer too. But
yep. All right, let's get into the 10. At number 10, we have a beautiful David Nakayama cover, Dr. Aphra, number 1, the Nakayama variant, absolutely gorgeous. It's got the murder droids in the back, and this thing is moving.
Chalk me up as somebody did not even know this cover existed. Did you guys know this existed?
I thought I'd seen it somewhere, but I didn't.
I think I have one. I just can't find it.
Yeah, so this apparently came in one of these boxes or whatever that I guess somebody mentioned that they were terrible and they always gave like crappy t-shirts or something, and so people they basically just didn't order this, and so none of these are floating out there. Yeah, this is $1,000 book.
What?
Yep. Neff box.
Yeah.
What?
$1,000 book.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean it's not my favorite Nakayama, but this one is. I mean, I will say, Nakayama is kind of like Raza right now, where you're just kind of people are just kind of buying all of them. and this one's definitely got to be on the, one of his rarest books out there, I would assume, because I couldn't really find. I didn't even, like I said, didn't even know this book existed.
It's cool. I love rare books like that. We all love them.
Yeah, that's what's driving the market right now.
Yeah,
rarity.
Well, speaking of rarity, we have something to get into, ladies and gentlemen, and that is our number 9 book this week has seemed to cause a little bit of a stir in the community, and that is a Silk number 1 In-Huck Lee variant out of 300.
Yeah. So first of all, let's kind of just talk about the cover. It's gorgeous,
Beautiful,
gorgeous cover. And I think most people in general like In-Huck Lee art. I think this one looks really good. I don't even know if there's I think there's not like a virgin copy. I think this is like the only one that you can get. So I don't think that there's any other variations of this, which is nice. I like it when there's only just one cover. You don't need the one with trade dress, a virgin, a black and white, a purple, a red. I don't need all that. Just give me that. Makes it more. It feels better. Feels more rare when it's just kind of by itself. But yeah. So when you go and basically just do a search on eBay or whatever for this book, everybody's posting these little certificate of authenticity cards that come with this. A lot of retailers are doing this.
I think it's a great touch. I think it's a very good touch to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
what is it? What's a good touch? The cards or the cover?
Both, actually. Just they don't. First of all, the covers they didn't whore out 900 different variations of it. Yeah, if this is the only cover you get. I like that, and the authenticity card. I think that's a cool touch.
Yeah, and I have no issues with the authenticity cards. What I do have an issue with, so this is where something kind of happened, which I didn't really know about because I didn't really think about it too much when I was writing the list. But this is what kind of stood out to me, and maybe I can just share my screen here real quick.
Well, do you want me to bring up?
If you got it, yeah. If you've got it, yeah, go ahead and pull it up.
All right. So here's the eBay sales for you guys. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, it's sold out in an hour and this and that. So here you go. You guys see a rare limited to 300 copies. Let's see if we can find.
When did this come out? This last week?
Yeah, it's not. It's pretty new.
Here we go.
All right. So I basically just want to kind of look at this. This is what you get in here. Okay. So this certificate authenticates this copy of Silk number 1 by In-Huck Lee as one of 300 available for retail purchase. Not. Okay. So when you as a company are putting this as your wording, you're basically saying that, okay, we're going to sell 300 to the public. We're not going to tell you what we're doing with all. At least I'm not a retailer, but I know talking to retailers with Marvel or DC, you have to order a minimum of 3,000, right?
Yes.
Is that I don't. Like I said, it could be 1,000, could be 3,000, whatever it is, some big number. Available for.
It's at least 1,000.
It's at least 1,000, right? So available for retail purchase. Okay, great. So you're selling 300 to the public. Well, you're not. First of all, you're not telling anybody what you're doing with the other 700 or 2,700 or however many there are. But there are things called wholesale purchases. There are things called I'm going to give this to another retailer who's going to give me some of their variants, and they may have some of these copies. Any of this stuff. 2,700. Okay, so yeah, basically Drew's saying. Yeah, 3,000 is standard for Marvel. Okay, so 2,700 copies unaccounted for. Now, this is not getting into any comp copies that that they send to In-Huck Lee or any of their people. Nothing to do with that. But the wording on this little certificate, it's basically opening up the door to say, yeah, I'm selling these wholesale to somebody else,
Walmart.
and not and basically, yeah. And not actually taking any responsibility because, oh, well, yes, we only sold 300 for retail purchase. Right here, it says this. Great. But that's not, there's not 300 of these available. And I'm not saying that somebody's got 3,000 and they're going to bleed these out for the next 20 years, but they could. There's nothing on this certificate that says that they can't do that. Not one thing.
Allow me to play devil's advocate.
Of course.
They never said that it's they're responsible for 300 and that's it. I got my 300. Whatever somebody else do with the rest of them, this 300 you got for me is what I got, and I'm giving it to you. And then with labeling, the 300 I got here is what I'm selling. I don't know what's going to go on with the other 2,700. Ain't got nothing to do with me no more. I got 300 here from the Comic Mint, and you have issue 190 of 300 that I'm selling you. Am I correct on that?
Correct. Now this little card is not attached to the book. It's just a card. It's really no different than buying an autograph that has a certificate of authenticity that's sitting over here on the side. It really doesn't mean anything because you can forge a certificate of authenticity. Now, this particular
the back says a Comic Mint on the back. So, Mel, if what you're saying, which I agree with a little bit, like, okay, maybe a lot of retailers out there when they get into the exclusives, sometimes they do it through they partner up, right, and each get 1,000 or something like that. So the problem is do just the 300 have the Comic Mint on the back, and then another or do all 3,000 say Comic Mint on the back? Because if all 3,000 do, then you're way off base with putting out saying you only have 300 when there's other people that are going to be selling it.
Yeah, it again is it's the wording that we're only selling these for retail purchase.
Yeah, you get that from me. This is what I'm giving you. They're not lying.
If they destroyed the copies, I would think that they wouldn't say retail purchase. They would just say for purchase.
Yeah.
Right.
See, when you say retail purchase, it leaves too many doors open.
Yeah.
Now, what happened is, and I'm just kind of looking at the comments here, and so what happened is, so that's basically what I put in the write-up initially when I printed it, or when I hit publish. Basically said the wording is very, very suspect here. It's kind of tricky. It's a little deceptive. Got an email from the Comic Mint, and I'm just gonna. I don't even. It makes no difference to me.
Jesus Christ.
Makes no difference to me whatsoever, because here's the thing: is if you're going to be doing this in this business, and then you're going to try and call me out for basically bringing this to light and questioning what this wording needs changed. If you're selling 300, great, but do not make it sound like there's only 300 copies available for purchase when you put retail purchase. That means you're only selling at 300 to the public. You could sell it to anybody else behind doors that you want to, because this is retail purchase. Yes, you're not lying at that point,
right.
but you know that you're making big money because you're making it seem like there's only 300 copies, and that's deceptive.
That's perception.
It is perception.
That's perception. People fuck up perception all the time.
Oh no, I agree. I totally agree.
The word that says you get one of my 300. I don't know where the rest of the motherfuckers went, but you get my 300. They're not lying about that.
So I want to say. So here's a couple things that I want to clear up my thoughts on it, and that I think that we really need to kind of clear up and figure it out is, if we need to know if I want to know if the Comic Mint destroyed the rest of the covers. Two.
No, they're not going to destroy 2,700 copies.
Why not? Why not?
Well, yeah. Now let me just say this.
Look how much they're selling for. How much were they selling for on the site?
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't get on their site, so I don't even know what they were selling these for. But basically, what I kind of wanted to just read here, and this is an email that came from okay,
so now That last joint right here, the comic guaranteed is as one.
This is where the QR code gets you. It says, "This is the digital confirmation for your certificate of authenticity. The Comic Mint guarantees this as one of 300 available."
So, all right. So this is. I'm just going to read this because I think this is very pertinent to not just this company, but any of the other ones. Because this is where a bunch of issues. This is where card companies fixed this problem decades ago by individually numbering things. Yes, they had additional copies. If something got damaged, people would send it back in. They would destroy the card that might have been numbered 480 of 700. They would take that. You would get in a pack. It would be damaged. You send it back to Topps or whoever. They would take that card number 480. They would reprint number 480, and they would destroy the card that you sent them. And it would be stamped on the book. When you do these certificates, you have to understand that, or the people buying have to understand that certificate means absolutely nothing to that book. It's not tied to that book itself. It's just a piece of paper. Yes, you might have a card that's one of 300, but that book is not one of 300. That book is one of 3,000. So when you're spending $400 on this thing, it's a big deal. But I also think the companies have some responsibility in being honest about what they're doing with these additional books. If you're destroying them, great. Show me that you're destroying them.
Yes.
If you're giving them out to people,
transparency.
Then be transparent. So here, I own the Comic Mint. I know in the week's top 10, our variant Silklet 1 in Huck Lee. The wording in the write-up implies that we have sold copies in addition to the 300, stating our list and essentially insinuates that we're engaged in fraudulent activity. I find this to be extremely irresponsible, and I would ask that you remove this language immediately.
Sorry to cut you off, but in your write-up, you never said that they sold other copies.
No.
Right.
I did not.
So,
I did not.
Perception.
The wording on our certificates is appropriate. We can only control what we receive from the publisher. And as such, limiting this offering to 300 copies available for retail purchase from us. So now when he says that, basically he's making it sound like he only gets 300 copies from Marvel. Each copy comes with its own certificate. We have offered no additional copies for sale to any party at any time. Do we know that? I don't know. As I'm certain you're aware, the publisher may at its own discretion distribute comp copies to creative team. These copies are never seen, handled, or distributed. I have no issue with that whatsoever. None of these copies would come with our certificate. Nobody cares about their certificate. You send it to the CGC, it gets put in a slab. That certificate is not part of the slab. Has no bearing on that whatsoever.
They actually send it back.
Yeah, they just send it back. It's not part of the book. None of these copies would come with our certificate, so nobody cares about that. Basically, I'm letting you know that we have not sold a single copy in excess of the 300 we advertised. Okay. Part of the reason this book is selling for so much, I would imagine, is the extremely low number available. Please remove your language that casts our company in a negative light. Okay, Mr. Finkel, this has nothing to do with casting your company in a negative light. Your certificate, regardless of what you say in this email to me, your certificate language implies that you are moving books outside of the 300 that you're listing here. When you say available for retail purchase, when we fully know that there are availabilities in wholesale purchases, in comps to other people, that you may just be like, look, man, I owe you $300. Here, take one of these books, go sell it. You get $400. You didn't sell it.
You give comps to the artist.
And I'm not even worrying about what Marvel gives out. I'm saying that if they send them 3,000 books and you have a book and you see that it's selling for $400 or $500, you can pay off a lot of people by just giving them one copy. Here, take this, throw it on eBay. You get $400. All good. You didn't sell it to them, but you gave them a copy, right?
Man, that's brutal.
But here's what sucks about it? To me, here's the things that suck about it. One, the cover is gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Oh, it is. It's 100% gorgeous.
Yeah. 2, I really like that they decided to number them 190, whatever the exact number is out of 300. But I agree with what Uniform 13, I believe it's Uniform 13 said. Print that shit on the book. I don't care about a COA. Print that on the book.
Yep.
Put 190 of 300 on the book. Then it changes everything. It gives me a little bit more confidence that there is not going to be another book out. You have a little bit more confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I just
because if you get it from another source and you ain't got that number on the back, bro, you got the bootleg shit. You got the great value, and I got my shit got the number on it.
Hey, it's very simple. There's cards out there that are numbered, serial numbered on the card. And if you do get one of the other ones, it's not worth as much. It's basically looked at as, some kind of it is like a, kind of it's like a replacement, because that's what they use it for. They don't put numbers on the replacement cards until they get one back that's damaged. I saw on Kickstarter, I can't remember who it was doing that exactly. They basically said there's 100 copies of these. We're going to put these on Kickstarter, I think. We're being upfront. We're actually printing 150 of these, but the 50 that are over and above, we are holding those on for a certain amount of time and allowing the copies that we're sending out. If there's any damaged copies, then they will send those back to us. We will replace them with one of the 50 extras that we have. After a certain number of time, those 50, whatever's left, we are destroying all of them. There will only be 100 that are in circulation. Now, Marvel, DC, Image, all these companies need to get on board with that. If you're gonna give 100 copies to as comps or whatever to some of these other people, okay, well then make or allow the people buying the comics, the stores, they only have to purchase 2,900. And then the people that, and that way they know the print run is exactly 3,000, and then they can destroy whatever number of copies they want. It's just as an industry, like I said.
What does it actually sell for? Not Fantasyland prices. The actual selling price.
I mean, this is a 300 plus raw book.
9/8
sell for 500 of this. So this is a huge book.
Yeah, 750, 485, 500, 300. They're all best offers, but raw.
Yeah,
250 raw.
Yeah, 2 months ago this was like 100. Yeah, 2 months ago this was 150. Now it's 300 or more. So it's increasing in price based on this 300 number. Well, again, I mean, kind of like in Goodfellas, they went and robbed the truck.
Lufthansa, yeah.
And they said, do not spend the money. Hold on to the money. Well, this is kind of the same thing. I mean, yeah, okay, I might give you a few copies here. You're not allowed to sell them for 6 months. And then you can start to sell them out, but don't do it before then, because we want to keep that perception. I'm not saying that this is what they are doing. I'm saying that this could easily be done by anybody, not just here, but by anybody. You can easily manipulate. I mean, honestly, you look at, even some of the creators, and they sell out, and then like 6 months later, like Aspen does that all the time. They sell out, and then 6 months or a year later, a warehouse find. We found 500 more copies. Like what? It's tricky. But that wording on that certificate has to be changed.
Here's the scary thing, and this is why I love the fact that we have retailer and comic shop owners, brick and mortar owners. We have a lot of guys that is their profession, and that's what they do. So my question is, and I'm sure I'm going to get an answer. I know where I'm going to get it from too. But at some point, you start asking yourself, can this be fraud?
Damn.
Right? If they're saying there's only 300 of these available, and there's not, when does that start coming into account? And also, aren't you selling these through, isn't there something along the lines where you're selling them over state line. I don't know, something like that. I feel like there's this tightrope that you're walking, where you're getting close to the point where there's fraud that's going to be brought up. And here's the thing: Comic Mint, any other retailer out there, I don't care who it is, transparency is key. If you're fully transparent, then none of this stuff happens. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, there's number 9. Beautiful cover. Hopefully you guys can get one.
Why am I on the wrong side of history? I'm just playing devil's advocate to spark a discussion. I don't give a fuck about this book.
Yeah, it's funny. I told Mel that this was going to be a topic of discussion. He was like, "Ooh, I want to be on. I want to make sure I get back."
I'm just playing the devil's advocate role, like, you know what I mean? But to be serious on a serious thing, listen. They tried to do something. Didn't work, but at least they tried to just bring some. But if you talk about fraud and other shit, I mean, it's the store variant thing is a sticky situation. I know some retailers won't even announce the print runs anymore. That's probably the best thing to do.
I disagree. I think transparency is always the best.
Okay.
Always. All right, number 8. A beautiful rose.
I work for the comic man.
A beautiful rose besh, 1 in 500. Amazing Spider-Man #1 Virgin variant. Yeah, this is a really nice rose besh. I'm not a huge rose besh fan, and this is one of her better ones, that's for sure.
Yes. The book is beautiful in person.
Yeah, so this is now selling. Okay, now this is going to sound really weird because in general on this show, books need to be selling above what the ratio is for them to basically kind of be considered like hot or whatever. This is selling for like $400, which is below the 1 in 500. However, this was only selling for like a couple hundred, $250 just a couple weeks ago. So this is actually increasing in price. I don't think it was ever a $500 book or anything like that. But this, I feel now, this is an Amazing Spider-Man #1. So, there's bazillion copies. Yeah, I mean, so even though it's a 1 in 500, this is probably not like hyper rare or anything like that, especially if there was a bunch of store variants. Then some of these, retailers probably got like 6 copies a piece. So, there's probably several of these out there. That being said, if the price is now increasing on this, which rarely happens on these 1 in 500s, usually that price just continues to go down and down and down. It means somebody's buying this for their personal collection, and they're probably just sticking them away.
It is a pretty cover.
Yeah, I like it.
And I'm not a Besh fan, and I think this is probably by far of all her books that she's put out, this is the one I probably like the most. Mostly, I think the neon outline of Spider-Man is better than the all black that she does on most of those characters.
Yeah.
Yo, her Sheena cover, she's been killing on the Sheena joints too.
Yeah, I like the Sheena cover. I'm not a Rose Besh fan either, but I think this is really, really nice. Really nice.
But I love it.
Yeah. All right, number 7 on the list. Oh boy. We're gonna get into another little talk here with this with this beautiful Sousa Mica Bloodstained Teeth #1, the Virgin variant. What are these selling for in the secondary?
This is a $75 to $100 book. Didn't you give one of these away, Mike or Mel?
Yeah, last week the guy just hit me because I didn't get his address, but he made sure he got the address to me today. Shout out to my man Dwayne Scott. Yeah, I gave these address away last week. Shout out to Drew and Sousa Mica for sending. She signed one for me, and she said my little catchphrase cheer. She put it right on the book, so that's forever upstairs in the forever collection. You will not see it on any sale.
This is it's beautiful, but as you guys can see there, well, I don't know, I might change your mind, but yeah, this was they wanted to do a little bit of altering with this. This was a much better cover, I imagine, before they took out that cleavage.
And I'm just confused. If it's DC Marvel, okay, maybe I can kind of understand.
This is the same company that made Savage Dragon.
Right. That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly what I put on the list. Like Image put out Savage Dragon 225. Really? Like you're gonna be the you're gonna put that out and then have any say in this cover? Like,
It ain't
come
like
on.
it ain't like the other version was showing nipples and that. It's getting head on the other colors.
Yeah, that was like straight. That was like straight ridiculousness. So,
Tim Vigil was like, God damn.
right. I mean, so Image is being a little hypocritical, I think, by by doing that. I'm not really sure the point of it. But yeah, this is a cool cover.
Souza Micah's just really good at.
Yeah.
She's got that look. She's got a look. Like Rose Besh has got her own look. Bartel's got her own look. Souza Micah's got her own look, and that's what makes her stand out, man. Yeah, there was cleavage. Yeah. Matches more on her chest. Looks weird. Yeah, that's because there was cleavage. So she's gonna have her own series, huh?
Could you show the other one on Be Against the Law or something?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Is he in the chat?
He's in the chat. Drew, you'll have to let us know if we can show the original at some point.
I don't even know if Drew had the original.
Yeah. That's a great point. He might not even have had the original. But again, it's Image. It's not like this is Marvel or DC.
Right.
So
yeah, it's just a very strange. I'm not sure. Again, this is just one of those that you're like, why did they pick? And it's a female artist too, so it's like, it's not like you could even like say, oh, some, like, I mean, but gosh, I mean, think of all the Image artists. I mean, come on, you're employing all those people, so I'm super confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, sex criminals. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, like, come on. I don't understand, but
well, hopefully she continues to put out good stuff and they don't censor it. Number 6 on the list. Star Wars is back on the list, and it's not the Star Wars we want to see. We got Rey right on the cover, and I just wish we could just forget everything about those sequels. I don't want to even look at this anymore. But Star Wars: The Force Awakens, number 6, the photo variant, 1 in 15 photo variant, and it's starting to sell now. What's going on? Why is it starting to sell?
So somebody commented. So this is now selling for $150. But somebody said that I guess she is doing a signing with maybe CGC.
There you go.
So any of these photo covers I mean, I don't know how many other photos she made. This may be it. I don't know if she has another photo cover. But hey, I will say I didn't hate the last 3 Star Wars movies.
Yeah, well, I don't want to ask you about your Star Wars love because I know you don't have any. All right. I just want to forget those. I really want to forget them. I was so stoked for them, and yeah, I don't need to get into that now. But I do know this: the Force Awakens Star Wars: Force Awakens number 4, First Knights of Ren. Right? Is that right? I think that's the First Knights of Ren. So I like that book. I love the Knights of Ren.
He says I must not be a Star Wars fan. Are you kidding me? I grew up in the 70s and 80s. That was all about Star Wars. Just because some of you guys are just weird. Like, you guys take this thing way too personal. Were they the best?
Yeah.
They weren't the best, but Return of the Jedi sucked too. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi only sucked because of the Ewoks.
The Ewoks were like seriously like worse than Jar Jar Binks, right?
Yeah, that's the only reason why Jedi sucked.
But you guys hold that up like it's like the greatest thing ever.
Number 5 this week, Jenny Frison at one of her finest. And is this her finest? I don't know what this is. This is a really high printed book right here. Grimm number 1. This is the 1 in 100 variant. tons of variants on this series or on this issue. What? Let me see here. Let me look it up. Let me find how many variants we got here.
Several.
Did you see the my previous comment when it first started that we don't call print runs high anymore? We just call them McClay. so the Grim Pearl was McClay, right?
Oh my God, man! Here we go.
But the caveat with these is, remember, Boom they have a very generous return policy, so retailers can order a whole bunch of copies to get these high incentives.
I love this one.
Knowing that they can return books. So
yes, yeah, you're right.
So,
yeah, the 1 in 100. There's a couple of the Frisons. So that she has a 1 in 25, which I like. It's not. I like the way the scythe looks when it's colored. You know, it looks like it has that energy thing to it. Kind of like this. I love the energy look of the scythe.
I've been saying that we're wrong for the past 46 years. I just call it Sith.
I think the 1 in 50 is the one to get to me. I mean, I like Frison. I love everything she does, but I don't think this is her best work. I don't like the gray tones. Yeah, I like the Paulo Rivera one. Is it Paulo Rivera? Who is it? I think it's Paulo Rivera.
The story, I can't wait to read it. You know, I got to step my reading game back on my indie shit. I can't wait to read this. People are comparing it to Something's Killing the Children.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say it's really good.
Yeah, so
really good.
I slept crazy on Something's Killing the Children. I remember when Bolo first told me, I was like, it's a Boom book. And then look at it now. Look at me now. You know what I'm saying? So maybe.
Del Mundo was the 1 in 50? Okay. Well, it's gorgeous. Whoever did it is freaking beautiful, man.
Well, it's way cheaper than this one. So
yeah.
Yep. Buy that one then.
All right, number 4, another Star Wars cover. What is this? Kirkham? Who is this? What do we got here? We got Tyler Kirkham, Obi-Wan, number 1.
Shafire.
There is a trade dress version, but this is the Virgin cover.
Yeah. So first of all, because I'm not a Star Wars fan, who is this silhouette in the background?
I was going to ask the same thing. Who is it?
It looks like Darth Maul, like a female Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Who is that?
That is Bertha Maul.
Yeah. So this is Kirkham. He's doing these covers. Again, I don't give out retailers unless they call me out specifically. Then I'll mention their name. But yes, this is an exclusive. Okay, so it is a first appearance. All right, so whatever this is, some female Darth Maul.
Maybe well, this might be the one to pick up. Is this the only one she's on the cover of?
Darth Maulina. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah. So maybe that is driving some of this.
Where's JJ? JJ was in here earlier.
The trade dress are selling for 80. The virgins are selling for 110.
Oh, my man, Lord Menace. Lord Menace hit me up.
But the variants that are being put out by them continue to sell like over and over and over. And I don't know what's driving the sales on those. Like every variant that they put out sells for big money. So they're doing something right for sure. I just don't know what it is. I don't know how it's doing it.
Is this a Whatnot exclusive?
Yes.
That's interesting. Well, Kirkham's on fire, man. Kirkham's on fire. I'm here's what I will say. I'm glad he didn't do the same design style of the Invincible ones, the Adam Eve ones. Though he did the Punisher one like that. Don't overdo it. It was smart for them not to overdo that that
pose
design,
or whatever.
That pose, yeah.
But even though a bloody Obi-Wan would have been bad at it.
Oh man. Yeah, this is a good one. Well, we'll keep an eye on it. All right, let's get to the top 3. At number 3, a beautiful Jeff DeCal cover.
DeCal.
Forgive Me, Father, issue 1 variant from this is volume 2 of Forgive Me, Father, right?
they're all the same. The book came out like 2 or 3 different times.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think this might be the first. I think this is
the last. This is volume 3.
Yeah, it's so confusing.
Yeah. So one came out with a previous publisher, and another set came out through Creature Entertainment, but it wasn't put out. It was like self-published, and this one got published. But all the same, all the stories the same. It's that
And who doesn't like a Catholic priest with a gun?
story's crazy. It's a good read. We're gonna talk about this on the show. If Lucas ever sends me the link, Lucas, if you hear me, if you ever send me the link, we can get started on the Creature Entertainment show.
These people, they said, does she have to pee? And people are like, you can't pee in church. Oh man, it's funny.
So,
Yeah, honestly, I mean, again, I'm not calling any particular retailer out, but just the fact that if you purchase this from this retailer and actually got it shipped to you, then that's probably why it's hard to find.
well, Ben, you stop talking about my man Eddie like that. The one, two, this was you could have picked this up at NYCC. Now, after that, I don't fucking know. You're like comic man, yo.
My guess is that because it was a Creature, even though it was a store exclusive, my guess is there's probably not more than they probably didn't print more than 500 of these, right? I mean, I would assume it.
We'll find out.
Yes, we'll find out tonight. It's not. It's definitely not a lot. But,
Yeah.
A great cover.
Well, what's it selling for on secondary?
This is over $100.
Over.
I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know if this is just a trickle down effect from the gun stuff or what, but
forgive me for all the stuff. It's
shout out Mr. Longshort, man. He's been all over this decal stuff for a long time, man.
Yep, for sure.
So shout out to Ben.
Yeah, man.
All right, number 2 on the list. Now, this series, when it first came out, we heard it was coming out. We were all kind of a little hesitant. Some people were stoked, some people weren't.
I'm gonna get hate. I'm gonna get hate.
Yeah, well, I looked at these the other day, for New Comic Book Day on on Simple Man's channel, where I do Comic News Weekly every Tuesday over there with him, and we were looking at these covers, and I'll be honest, I don't like the Dell'Otto.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't like.
You don't like this?
No, not that I don't like it. It's hype.
Yeah, let me show you. There are covers in here from this set that are so good, man.
It's hype.
And just how is the Frazetta variant not the one that everybody's going crazy for? I know it's just a reprint, but still, it's
because they put the same on Death Dealer, the last, and the one before that. I mean, they basically reused. They just keep reusing that same.
And it wasn't an album also. An album cover.
Yeah, this was they used this for an album cover. Yeah. Well,
man, I can't believe that you guys don't like that Dell'Otto.
Not that I don't like it. Not that I don't like it. It's all right. Conan homage. I like that. Very good. David Mack.
Look at the David Mack.
Yeah, David Mack is cool.
Look at this one. This one's really badass. Heavy metal guitar, dude.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's cool. But again, here are all these variants.
The Dell'Otto was like, it's all right.
I like the Dell'Otto, the 1 in 15, better than the Virgin because I like the trade.
Yo, I didn't even know there was a blank.
Well, how about this? Look at this. Did you see this one? Right here, the Shannon Mayer one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Maybe Death Dealer just isn't a bad ass of a character. Frazetta made him awesome. It's like it's hard to fucking beat a Frazetta,
Yeah.
It's hard to beat a Frazetta.
What's the Riccardi variant? Yeah, man. I'm not saying I don't think it's a bad cover.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just when I heard that Dell'Otto was doing a Death Dealer cover, I was like, holy shit, I gotta get
this thing. Looks like it is straight out of Game of Thrones.
Well, you know what to me is the problem? The background is too gray, dull. It should have been closer up to him. He should have taken up most of the page. There shouldn't be all this open space behind it because he looks badass. It feels like he just didn't want to put in a lot of work on the background, right? It feels very dull. If that makes sense. Out of focus, yes. Bland, yes.
Man, I guess that just proves that what I like is not what anybody else likes. Because man, I to be honest, Delato stuff just it never it's so bold and just so it just seems bigger than life. Like when you look at it, like this is something that I'd like put up in my living room. People are like, oh, I ain't going to his house.
Yeah,
but
well, it's not bad. It's not bad. What's it selling for on the secondary?
It's over $60. So
Really?
yeah, and I don't even know the publisher. This is such a strange publisher, but the fact that they're redoing Death Dealer again, it just is crazy. I mean, and like I said, they just keep using the same prosthetic cover for all of them.
Can't go wrong with that cover.
No, you can't for sure.
Yeah. All right, number 1 this week, the Secret Wars #1 Jim Chung variant. Yeah, people are going crazy over the Secret Wars series right now. That's for sure.
These were definitely in Walmart packs.
Yes,
I think they were like in every Walmart pack I ever got.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Like again, we talked about this earlier. I mean, the print run on this was so massive, and I don't understand. Like, do people really not have like? I mean, are your short-term memory? I mean, mine's really bad, but when you're buying books based on what you think a storyline is going to be in a movie, I mean, they did freaking Civil War, and everybody bought all those Civil War books, and then the movie came out, and nobody cared. Pretty much every.
I have a wave called the Janet Jackson wave. What have you done for me lately? This is a prime example. This is hot now. What's going to happen 3 weeks from now?
I mean, yeah, I mean, like, I mean, they did the same thing with him. I mean, all those Infinity Gauntlet, books are cool, but they're not worth anything. Like, okay, great, it's a cool story, and there was a movie, but that doesn't have any like long-term value. Like, there is no way you should be spending $80 on this book. I mean, that's crazy. There's just because it's the 1 in 100, and it's people think that this is going to be a storyline for a movie makes nothing, right? It means absolutely nothing.
I mean, it would make it great. It would be. But how old will we be when this comes out?
Right. Yeah, it's just. I mean, I'm not even like saying that they don't use this exact storyline. I mean, it just doesn't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the story.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you go word for word from this. It just doesn't. I mean, it doesn't make any difference at all. I mean, think of like all the books here of the last 10 years that we bought based on storyline going to be in the movie. Iron Man putting on, the Infinity Gauntlet. Man, that was like the most pivotal point of the freaking movie. And does anybody care? I mean, is anybody out there buying that Iron Man with him putting a?
I bought that book. I tried to buy the book for $10. The guy canceled them, so I can't find the book. Yeah, right. All right, buddy. All the motherfuckers that do that, they're all actually coming back to bite you in your ass.
I mean, it doesn't make any difference when it comes to storylines translating into a movie. Does not have. I don't think there's any example to say that this would ever be anything that you should invest a bunch of money in, based on any past experience with any of these movies being from, a storyline, right? Because honestly, I mean, they change these storylines even subtly. They change them anyway to fit the screen, so they're never exact. They're always just kind of loose translations. But I don't know. It just seems silly to me to spend a bunch of money on this that was overprinted to start with. Right? Mm-hmm. Am I alone? I could be on a complete island by myself here.
It's a lot. It's a lot of. I mean, I hope it. Like I said, by the time the Secret Wars movie comes out, if it's based on this, what 62, 63? At least I will.
Right. movies will just be holograms at that point, right?
Back in my day, we paid $3 for a comic.
I remember when this series came out, man. They were stacks of them at the comic store, and they had all those variants. They had all. Remember, they started doing all the action figure variants at the time too. Man, there was just so many covers of this book, and there was a couple of really good ones. I like this cover, but there was a couple of really good covers in, not including this one. You know what I mean?
Spidey looks a little weird. Spidey's left arm is a little odd looking.
Yeah,
and his head.
Yeah, it's kind of like alien. He's got like a long neck, and I think it's because of that shadow.
It looks a bit odd, but
yeah.
Hey guys, remember, make sure you subscribe as soon as that 75 book order comes back. I'm giving one of those away, but you can only do it if you're watching, and then you have to have that notification. So you've got to be subscribed. So make sure, if you want a free CGC book fresh from CGC, and it's gonna be a 9.8. So if you want a chance at it, make sure you subscribe.
When are you doing the joints, the Stein packs?
Well, they're all sitting right outside my office here. All sitting there. I just got to figure out what I'm going to do, and I'm sure I'll probably give one away. I'll probably do just like I did last time, and hey, we're just gonna probably just give a bunch of free books. Who knows? I got too many books, man. I gotta get rid of some of them.
You know that Wonder Woman that you had on the Almost 10, that was in one of the Stein packs?
Was it one that I gave you?
Shit.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oops.
I know you were mentioning something about a new set. I don't know if it was a new set or not, but it was. I seen it the other day. I was like, "Oh shit, the fuck am I doing?"
See, I'm telling you, every book that I sell or get rid of, it always tends to be a book later on down the road that I shouldn't have done. So,
yeah, that's the way it works. Unfortunately,
we're late, but we're not that late. So I'm gonna try to get Lucas to get me a link for Drunk.
They're rocking without you over there, man.
They don't have a link. They can't rock shit.
Listen, hey, you guys, 178 live till the end. Please hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Hit that subscription button if you haven't already. Check out all the links in the description below. Thank you for being part of this community. We appreciate you guys. Mel, we're going to head over to Drunken Chat. Tomorrow, I know I have a sale with the Foreign Boys starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'll go for an hour and a half. I'll be selling all my foreign comics, or the majority of them. I have to re-up, but I have a ton to sell. And then Rob Fordham has got some killer books and shirt packages, these crazy 2-packs that are just amazing. And then Josh, International Comics, always brings the heat. So make sure you guys check those out. Go hit the bookmarks on them. And also, if you get a chance, go watch the Matt Nelson interview. We got him talking about. Oh, it was so good, Mel. It was so good, brother.
I want to check that out, but I want to ask you something about that too. Do you see my one of one, Wanda Franco?
I saw it.
Best card ever. Best card ever. The ultimate rookie of the rookiest cards.
The rookie of the rookiest.
Rookie of the rookiest.
So that being said, everybody, we will see you next time. Adios.
Thank you.